Coming up on Centennial Student News.
How inflation is impacting our small businesses here in Las Cruces.
What you can do to cushion the blow of rising prices.
Jaden is back with some questions on the rising gas prices.
All this and more. Stay tuned because Centennial Student News starts right now.
Hey Hawks, welcome back to another crazy edition of Centennial Student News. I'm your anchor, Matthew Britton.
And I'm Layla Garcia. Once again, we're bringing you a show written, shot, and produced in only 8 hours. This week, we're diving into the details and impacts of inflation.
That's right. First, we're taking it to Samara Marquez with some information on how local businesses are dealing with rising prices and a shifting economy.
Let's take a look.
In the past 2 years, inflation has increased by 4.7% internationally, and in the U.S., the inflation rate increased by 6.5%. The increase in prices affects everyone, some more than others. Some of the bigger impacts comes toward our local businesses.
So there has been a high increase, and mainly because of the changes in gas price. They also they can be like a really high change for the price of for example, meat or milk. So it goes up always, and also for the eggs. Eggs right now are really expensive. So we're looking for an option to make it cheaper for our customers, but it's kind of hard. I will say for the waitresses or in the waiters, because most people they see the prices, maybe they want to eat, but they don't leave like a big amount in the tips. They see I don't know, I don't want to spend that much eating, so I would rather eat and not leave a tip or leave a small tip, and that affects the waiters' economy in their house.
Like I said, eggs is probably one of the biggest one that spiked up, especially this with the past 6 months. Put a lot back into the higher food prices now, so it's been kind of tough.
As prices continue to change across the nation and in our community, be sure to support local restaurants and their service workers, as they are the ones impacted by it most. For Centennial Student News, this has been Samara Marcus reporting.
As most of us have noticed, everything we're purchasing in our day-to-day lives is getting a little more expensive, but those small upcharges can have a surprisingly large impact.
From gas to groceries, we're seeing a big shift in costs. That's why Evan Rogers is getting some insight on how you can combat the current state of the economy.
The inflation rate is high in the U.S., driving up the total cost of living for all. And a study from the Columbia University in February 2022 found 14.4% was the poverty rate for the total U.S. population, affecting businesses and everyday people alike.
Prices have gone up significantly. I think between 12 and 18%, pretty much focusing on eggs. Eggs have gone up quite a bit. Beef prices have gone up. If you go to the grocery store, you're probably checking the price on milk, eggs, bread, lettuce, tomatoes, potatoes. And so those items, we want to keep those at a lower margin.
Inflation is something that affects us all, but that's not saying that you can't go out and ask help from places like accounting firms that help out the average person like you and me.
2022 ended at 6.5 was the inflation rate, and basically, inflation is gonna affect, the purchasing power. What you're earning, your dollar is gonna buy you. On average, U.S. citizens spend more than what they make. My take on that is, just start little. Start saving a few dollars here instead of going and buying a $5-7 Starbucks coffee. Save that. And then eventually you'll get into the habit of saving.
Hard times come and go, and from it we become stronger as a community. For Centennial Student News, this has been Evan Rogers reporting.
Along with prices going up and down, weather here in Las Cruces is fluctuating as well.
Richard Ray will be back with this week's Hawk Heat right after this short commercial break. Stay with us.
Inflation has affected a lot of Americans around the nation. Here are a couple tips you could do to help you save money. 1. Budget your spending. 2. Set your spending priorities to pay off any debts you may have. 3. Shop for cheaper alternatives. These are just a couple of actions you could do to help you during these times.
Welcome back, Hawks. I'm Richard Aguilar, and I'm here with this week's hockey. I'm here to give you an update on this week's forecast, coming to you from right here at the Roadrunner Scenic Area, probably the best view in Las Cruces. For today's weather, February 8th, we're looking at a high of 56 and a low of 27. This weather sure is going up like the price of eggs. For tomorrow, we look at a high of 55 and a low of 27. Guys, make sure to stay in that sweater era. It's not warming up that much quite yet. For this weekend, we will see highs in the 60s and lows in the 20s, and some cloudy skies this weekend. Have an amazing week, and remember to keep soaring for the Skyhawks. For Centennial Student News, this has been Richard Aguilar for Hockey.
Layla, do you ever see yourself driving an electric car?
Personally, I love the idea of an eco-friendly vehicle, especially with gas prices always shifting. Of course, there's a lot of opinions on gas-fueled cars versus electric cars.
I agree. That's why Jaden Sanchez is back on the street collecting some people's thoughts on the economy impact on gas and vehicles. Check it out.
Inflation is affecting everyone in America. Today I'm here at local gas stations to ask what people's thoughts are on rising gas prices and electric vehicles. What are your thoughts on the gas prices rising?
Well, I hope they come down, but right now I'm just hoping to make more money to continue to gas up.
And would you ever consider getting an electric vehicle?
Absolutely not.
No, why?
I have no interest in their batteries and how they operate and the cause that they have on the environment after, they die, and then what are we going to do with them?
What are your thoughts on the rising gas prices?
I don't know, honestly. I feel like everything's rising right now. I feel like even food, eggs, it's not that bad. Just like I wish they would just raise our pay wage.
Yeah. And would you ever get an electric vehicle?
Oh yeah. That's
and why?
Car.
Oh, dream car, yes.
I want a Mach-E.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. What are your thoughts on the rising gas prices?
Good question. I think we don't have a lot of control of it here. I think a lot of it is dictated by, the economy and foreign economies.
Consider saving your money and purchase an electric vehicle in the future. For Centennial Student News, that has been Jaden Sanchez.
That's all we have for you this week, Hawks. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you next week for our Valentine's show. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't already and follow us on Instagram at Centen_Media_. Bye.